Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Raidraptor Yugioh deck profile for post-Phantom Rage. With the release of the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG booster set, Phantom Rage, we were given awesome new support for the Raidraptor and the Phantom Knight decks. Both support that can work back and forth between the decks, but I wanted to focus on the Raidraptor one first, since it seemed like the deck that was a little more easier to finish compared to Phantom Knights, having some more higher rarity cards in the Phantom Knight deck. But I'm really happy with the consistency of the new support we received for the Raidraptor deck. We actually didn't receive any new Xyz monsters for the deck. We received new main deck support and overall just, support that could definitely help the extra deck plays and the rank up play style that Raidraptors are meant to do. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So some of my numbers have definitely changed for the Raidraptor monsters that I run in the main deck, but some of them have still stayed the same, just because of their overall special summon consistency. And the first one is Raidraptor Vanishing Lanius. Still a great 3-of in the deck. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was normal summon or special summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Raidraptor from your hand. So you can even summon your Vanishing Lanius off of Vanishing Lanius and so on and so forth, giving you plenty of different Raidraptor materials on the field to use as well, whether it be for your link play into our Raidraptor Y-Strix or into any of our Xyz monsters like Force Strix or even Rise Falcon if you have all 3 of the Vanishing Lanius on the field. For some of our better setup on the field, I run 3 Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can send 1 Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard. And during your main phase 2, if this card destroyed an opponent's monster by battle this turn, you can add 1 Rank Up Magic Quick Play spell from your deck to your hand, and you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for Raidraptor monsters. So with this card, you either have set up in your graveyard for plenty of other Raidraptor monsters, or you can just go for the Quick Play spells, which are a big part of searching out and summoning the stronger Xyz monsters in our deck. And we have the latest for the rank up magic in our deck as well, being the new Phantom Knights rank up magic force, which also works with the Raidraptor deck with great consistency for your rank up plays. And I also run for some more of the 3-ofs. 3 Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius, one of the best targets to go for with Tribute Lanius for sure. With this card once per turn during your main phase, if it was normal or special summon this turn, you can increase the level of all Raidraptor monsters you currently control by 1. And during your main phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, like I said with Tribute Lanius most of the time, you can banish it to add 1 Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand, except for Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. And it says Raidraptor card, so you're not limited to just monsters with this one. You can search out any of the spell or traps that have Raidraptor in its name that we run in the deck for ultimate search power with this card for sure. So great consistency with Tribute Lanius, but also being able to raise the levels of the Raidraptor monsters on our field can come in handy if we want to go for some specific Xyz monsters in the deck as well. And then lastly, for the 3-ofs in the deck, I'm definitely been liking Raidraptor Pain Lanius more and more with the deck. It cannot be used as Xyz material except for the Xyz summon of a Wing Beast type monster. If this card is in your hand, you can target 1 Raidraptor monster you control that has a level and take damage equal to its attack or defense, whichever is the lowest, your choice. And if you do special summon this card from your hand, and its level becomes the same as that Raidraptor monster, which is perfect because a good number of cards in the deck, like Tribute Lanius and also some of the other ones, which I'll show in just a bit, have low attack or defense, so you won't take that much burn damage from your Pain Lanius. So it makes for an easy special summon from your hand, especially, and being searchable with cards like Raidraptor's Nest or Mimicry Lanius, all the more powerful in the deck, just for easy search power and then easy special summon power onto the field. And for the new cards, I am running 2 Raider's Wing. This card's always treated as a Phantom Knight or Raidraptor card. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can detach 1 material from your Dark Xyz monster to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Raider's Wing once per turn, and an Xyz monster whose original tribute is Dark has this card as material gains this effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So with it, you have a lot of Raidraptor monsters in this deck that are once per turn detach effects. So being able to detach the additional material for that Raidraptor monster using Raider's Wing means an easy special summon from your graveyard. You can also set this card up with your Tribute Lanius since it's always treated as a Raidraptor card, meaning then it's that easy to play in the graveyard for your special summon, and then being able to protect more of your defensive Raidraptor cards also, since with it being on the card as material, it cannot be targeted with card effects. All the more protection summon, or even some of your stronger Raidraptors once you go for the rank up play and just continue to attach on the Xyz material also. And I also run 2 of the new Raidraptor Stranglelanius. If you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except for dark monsters. And if you control an Xyz monster with dark XYZ monster as material, you can target one level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated, and you can only use each effect of Stranglelanius once per turn. The first thing I thought was that is a definite metal name for, you know, a TCG card, Stranglelanius especially being that type of bird. But with this card, it's just more consistency. You almost always have a dark attribute monster on the field for the special summon, and more resources from the graveyard is what we can rely on with this card. I took out Fuzzy Lanius from the deck. It wasn't as consistent as I liked it to be compared to a lot of the new support we received for the deck, so being able to rely on Raider's Wing and Stranglelanius to set up more and more Xyz plays on the field basically are why I didn't feel too bad substituting them for Fuzzy Lanius. They just help more and more for the consistency, and they don't lock us out of the extra deck like that card did either. And I also run 2 of the new Raidraptor Heel Eagle. With this one, it is a level 3, but the best part is we do have a Link monster now. So with it being a different level Raidraptor monster, we're not really limited with the extra deck as much. If all monsters you control are Raidraptor monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Raidraptor spell or trap in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. So with some of the 1-ofs we run, or just more recycle power, you can use this card to add those cards back to your hand to reuse again. And like I said, once you special summon this card, if you have a different level Raidraptor monster on the field, you can easily just link summon the 2 of them away and then have this card set up in your graveyard to use also. And then for some of the 1-ofs for the Raidraptor monsters, I run the 1 Raidraptor Singing Lanius and 1 Raidraptor Lastrix. You can special summon Lastrix with the 1-for-1 that I run in the spell lineup, but Singing Lanius can be another search target from Forstrix, which can easily be summoned with all the other Raidraptor monsters I'm running in the deck. So these 1-ofs are just easy special summons. You just have to control an Xyz monster to summon out Singing Lanius. And with Lastrix, you can go for the 2-card combo, which is still one of my favorites for Ultimate Falcon in the deck. But being another search card for plenty of other support in the deck, you only really need the 1-ofs to rely on. So I pretty much like the engine for everything else we have lined up for it. And just having these as 1-of techs still come in handy for sure when I want to go for those plays. And then for the last of the monsters for the main deck, just the 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, basically hand trap of choice. I've tried Effect Veiler and also, Ghost Ogre, but still prefer Ash Blossom compared to all the other hand traps. But this spot can still be player preference depending on what card you may want to run in the deck for sure. But that is it for the monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. With the new rank up, I've downgraded the other numbers of rank ups that I run in the deck. So only running the 2 rank up Magic Skip Force now. It has the great setup power for special summoning a Xyz monster from the graveyard and being able to rank up a Raidraptor on the field 2 ranks to what it originally was and attach onto it as material is a great spell card for sure. It's not a quick play spell. That's one negative with this card since it can't be searched with Tribute Lanius, but still being able to have these options in the graveyard with it make it that much better for sure. And also remember, the rank up magics aren't Raidraptor spells, so you won't be able to recycle them with cards like your Heel Eagle. You'll have to use Raidraptor specific cards, which we still run a good number of in the deck for sure. I also run 2 Soul Shave Force for the cost of half your life points. You can special summon and exceed from your graveyard and then attach onto basically ranking up that card as well by 2. And you don't have to summon a Raidraptor with this one either. There is a special play that you can do with Cyber Dragon Infinity to easily get this card out in this deck as well, depending on the rank up you go for. That's why I like to run 2 of this card. You can still go for the Raidraptor play, but having the Cyber Dragon Infinity play for negations against your opponent make it all the better, especially with us not being limited with the extra monster zone. We don't have to summon out a Link monster to do this play. We can summon our Raidraptors and still have the open availability for the Soul Shave Force to summon out Infinity onto the field also. And for the new rank up spell, I only have the 1. I'm substituting in the rank up Magic Revolution Force, which you can do as well until you get copies of Phantom Knight's rank up Magic Force for this quick play spot. Definitely the best rank up spell we have in the deck. During the main phase, banish 1 or more dark monsters from your graveyard, then target 1 dark XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 the Phantom Knights, Raidraptor, or XYZ Dragon XYZ monster with rank equal to all the targeted monster, plus the number of monsters banished by this card for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for Xyz monsters, which is still a good part of what we run in the extra deck, so that doesn't limit us there at all. And transfer the materials onto the summon monster. You can only activate one Phantom Knight's rank up magic force per turn, but an awesome quick play spell for the amount of setup and all the different monsters we can get in the graveyard that easily. You can easily go into one of the more powerful, Raidraptor Xyz monsters with one of your lower rank monsters. Just with all the search power you can set up on the field for sure, and then have that power play taken care of by just one card. I also run the 2 Allure of Darkness. I was testing out how it would cut in with the banishing for the rank up magic force. It didn't really hurt as bad. I just really like the draw power because going into the searches for more of our consistent monsters means we could also get rid of doubles we may have in our hand and draw into more important Raidraptor cards for us to use. For some of the one-ofs, the first one being the Raidraptor Nest, with the recycle power, this is one I go for the most with Heal Eagle, because this is one that's definitely destroyed a lot by my opponent, since I'm just able to search out Raidraptor monsters easily if I control 2 or more on the field. The 1 Foolish Burial, more graveyard setup with this card also, being able to send Raider's Wing if I want to send something else with Tribute Lanius, like Mimicry Lanius, and I have the Foolish Burial in my hand ready to go. Also, 1 Monster Reborn and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster to clear my opponent's back row, so I can summon off my rank up Xyz with no, interference with my opponent. And the Monster Reborn is just an easy special summon. 1 for 1 special summoning. I have plenty of level 1s. Most of the time, though, I don't go into Pain Lanius. I like to use this target for the 1 Lastrix I run, because being able to summon this and then have the skip force play is a big one for sure, but being able to also use it with the new rank up spell, being able to tribute it out and summon that monster makes it all the better for sure, because all you have to do is target 1 Dark XYZ monster you control, and then you're good to go. And lastly, the 1 Call by the Grave, still testing it out, the 1 of plays. I like it. We're running plenty of 1 of numbers that work very, very well together, so this just adds to being able to stop some of my opponent's plays. And that is it for the spells. We'll now move on to the traps. I run 2 Raidraptor's Phantom Knight Claw. Counter trap for the deck: when a monster effect is activated, detach 1 material from your Dark XYZ monster, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Then if the detached material was the Phantom Knight's Raidraptor or XYZ card, 1 Raidraptor XYZ monster you control gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. You can only activate 1 Raidraptor's Phantom Knight's Claw per turn. This is a power card for sure in the deck, just being able to boost up your Raidraptor's power for the detached power of the card you destroyed, and you'll most of the time be able to benefit from the counter trap activation for this play and hit your opponent for big damage as well. And another Raidraptor recycle card, because this one is a Raidraptor card that can easily be recycled with Heal Eagle as well. And lastly, the 1 Raidraptor Readiness, more protection against your opponent from their turn, just being able to activate this card, protecting your Raidraptors and also preventing you from taking any battle damage also. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. I run 2 Raidraptor Forstrix. This is your go-to search card in the deck. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each Wing Beast-type monster you control. And being able to detach 1 Xyz from this card to add 1 level 4 Dark Wing Beast-type monster from your deck to your hand gives you all the search power you need for any of your main new monsters you may want to go for. It doesn't search out Heal Eagle, but most of the time with Heal Eagle, you'll want to search it with the Raidraptor Nest just so you have more search options, because then you'll have the 2 Raidraptors on the field, searching out the Heal Eagle, overlaying the 2 into your Forstrix, being able to summon out the Heal Eagle onto the field, detach for the Forstrix to give you 1 more monster, and then go into your Link monster. I also run the 1 Raidraptor Rise Falcon for the attack plays when you can make it. It definitely is beneficial, but you only need the 1. Same with the Revolution Falcon, 1 Raidraptor Revolution Air Raid, the 1 Arsenal Falcon with the new rank up spell, especially that much easier to summon out this card to use. I run the 2 Raidraptor Satellite Cannon, the spell and trap destruction, and just the easy powerhouse this card holds. Makes it one of my go-to cards for the Skip Force, because with this card you can then go into Ultimate Falcon that much easier. And I also run the 1 Raidraptor Final Fortress Falcon, another attack point powerhouse boss monster in the deck for sure. For the generic XYZs, I run the 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, a dark attribute monster to rely on for Book of Mooning your opponent's monsters, just to stop their own plays from resolving, and the 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity for the Soul Shave Force rank up, since you're not limited to what you summon with that card also. And for the Link monsters, I run 2 Raidraptor Y-Strix. The search power and setup of this card is what I love the most. The quick play spell, being able to search out the new one as well, makes it all the better for that, and also being able to set it and activate on the same turn makes it that much quicker to set up our plays on the field. And the 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice, the main point of the deck, are the Dark Attribute monsters, so this is just an added plus for the power boost and the recycle power. And as for the go-to plays I spoke of before, just being able to rely on the new Raidraptor Heal Eagle, and also depending on the setup you go for, you can summon out your Raidraptor Vanishing Lanius and then use its effect to special summon your Tribute Lanius. Then you'll be able to send a Raidraptor card. For this card, being able to send any of the cards from your deck to the graveyard. You can even send the Raidraptor Nest with this card. And with Heal Eagle on the field, you'll be able to special summon it since all you control are Raidraptor monsters. You can then go for the Link of 2 for these cards, and then go for your Link 2 Raidraptor Y-Strix. And then being able to use this card to special summon 1 level 4 Dark Wing Beast type monster from your deck in defense position. You can go for your new monster, which is your Raider's Wing, and then overlay the 2 together as well. Before you want that additional Raidraptor monster, you can overlay the 2 to go into 4-Strix, which will not only protect 4-Strix because of Raider's Wing, but you can also then activate Heal Eagle from the graveyard, banishing to add the Raidraptor's Nest you sent with your Tribute Lanius, activating the Raidraptor Nest, controlling the 2 different Raidraptor monsters, being able to search your deck for another one, which can be any of the cards, including Strangle Lanius, detaching, make sure you keep the Raider's Wing on the 4-Strix, being able to detach for another search, and you can go for Singing Lanius with this one, also being able to special summon both of these cards with both the requirements. You control a Dark monster, special summoning your Strangle Lanius, and special summoning Singing Lanius since you control an Xyz monster, giving you another overlay, and then you can go for the additional 4-Strix, having more search power with both of these cards on the field, and then go from there for more of the Xyz setup, and all the better if you use your Y-Strix to also set up your rank up spell on the field, and then have all of the Dark Attribute monsters in the graveyard ready to go, which you can continue on the play for that to search and set up more to rank up after going for an even bigger Link summon, and then have more to rank up with the activation of Y-Strix, summoning out the card onto the field for one of your bigger Exceed monsters, depending on how many cards you may banish just over your 1/4-Strix on the field. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy the video. Like I said, Raidraptors are one of my most fun decks. I've updated it since the Arc 5 anime was airing, and I'm going to continue to do so as long as we keep getting the support. But until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, Kira Twig out.